Okay, so here we are again, and it's pretty darn hot outside. So I think it's about 85, 90 out here. Humidity's at the absolute sucking level here in Wisconsin. So what we're doing right now is preparing a little bit more from what we did out of the garden today, and we got a good amount of produce out for today. And as I said yesterday, we went to the Amish store and got some powdered ingredients. So right about now, what we're doing is our nice little organized mess. We are actually christening a wedding gift, first time ever, pressure canning. So, and well, we haven't blown up the house yet, so there's a good sign. And got some brine started there. And what we're going to attempt to do is right here, all the garden. These are the rattlesnake beans we're going to make dilly beans out of as a little test run. And a lot of them are when they have that nice little purple and green there. The dill we also grew from our garden, and the garlic was from the Amish. We got some yellow wax beans or dilly beans, and these things were a seed 2 months ago from the Amish. And they're the jade bush beans, which we had a whole load of. And the jalapenos were also, for flavor, those were also from our garden. So, yeah, so we're going to do a little small batch canning today right now. We have no way enough for pickles, so I'm waiting for the pickles to come in from a buddy of mine. So we'll deal with that then. Here's some of the green peppers we took out of the garden today. And some other smaller ones, the jalapenos and sweet bananas, which look like the hot banana peppers, but they're actually about 4 inches total, and they have a sweet, mild taste. So anyway, going to some of the things we do is we buy a lot of our dry goods at the Amish, and the reason being is A, they know how to do it right, and B, it's a lot cheaper and a very pleasant experience. I'm sick of the mask debate. I'm sick of people running around like horses' asses. And sorry, I sweat and work for my money a little bit too hard to give it away to some jerk who tells me I owe him a living because he's doing the job he's paid for. You'd be thankful stores are open, yes, but I'll tell you something, like it or not, butterballs, here's the fact of the matter. Us essential employees, we all go to work too. We are in just as much danger as you guys, for the most part, because we got to deal with the raw material crap that comes in and make it into a decent product. And I'll tell you what, you have a hell of a lot cleaner air than we do. So, in a factory. So, save your crying tears for someone else. Likewise, too, if you want people to wear a mask in, please clean up your damn stores, because I'm sorry, last time I went to Walmart, it looked like a frickin' ghetto war went on. Dirt all over the place, everything. The Myers ain't much better, neither is Menards for that matter. So hence, I will travel 85 miles out of my way to go to the Amish and get some good quality food. So anyway, back to what we're doing today. What we did is, these are some of the dry ingredients we got. And this is powdered sweet cream buttermilk. We got some chicken bouillon base and the French onion soup base that puts, I am not kidding, will put almost anything to shame in restaurants. We tried these out and they're awesome. So what we do with these is we're actually, we put them in glass jars because anything with powder, as you know, anything with powdered or herbs or anything, get them out of plastic. Yeah, I know they come with a lot of it comes with plastic and that, and it's not bad if you're gonna store them for a little bit before using, but at the same time too, long-term storage, it isn't real healthy. So that's why we do that. And another reason for storage, it's much easier. last longer. A half-gallon jar, for example, of this French onion soup, for example, will probably yield about 80 servings. And again, I am not kidding you when I say it's tasty. It's better than most restaurants we've been to as far as food. Other things too we got. It's alright, by the way, hon. There's my beautiful wife over here manning the canning stuff, and that she entrusted me to not blow up the house while she stepped outside for a few minutes, so I succeeded, babe.
Thank you.
Yeah. So anyway, aside of health conscious issues of why we put it in glass, it looks better. Number one, you reuse the containers for whatever. One thing we're also trying to do around here is actually live to where the fact is we're not going to be, we're reducing as much waste as possible. Other things we got at the Amish for yummy stuff, and we didn't see. And by the way, if you got small kids too, we took them there, and it was interesting and educational for them too. I sit there and meet some Amish kids and talk to them, and again, everybody is super awesome out there. So it's probably from where I live, probably about an hour and 15 minutes by car. Throw on your GPS probably, because when you get close, there's a lot of other roads to go down. And when you see horse dew all over the road, you'll know you're near. Again, when we went up there earlier, that's where we got a lot of our garden plants. Half the cost, and I'll tell you what. When I got 7-foot cherry tomato plants growing, they did something right with those that genetic material. So, and likewise for the other tomatoes, they're maybe 5 feet, but I got 21 tomatoes growing on one Roma plant. So hey, I'll tend to go back there. Other examples too is powdered milk we get in the bag. Right down here. Those are 2 pounds, and they usually run about $9 in a store here. They're $6.98 for 2. And if you're gonna store up and exclusively drink it, too, realistically, you can also end up. I believe it was $121 for 50 pounds, which comes down to $2.50 a pound. So you really can't go wrong at that. And for the most part, with even if you don't need to, if it's a nice getaway for a day to get up there and get it. So we covered on there, and some of the other stuff that we got. There was chocolate frosting mix. Pretty much basic ingredient. They have the instructions, plain and simple, on there. How to make it. It's $4.19, and this is probably equivalent to about 10 or 12 containers of frosting you spend $2 on in the store. Our favorite buttermilk pancake mix. This is $4.85. And that's for a 5-pound package, and I am not kidding you. For those who've ever eaten at IHOP, you make these things at home, I will not lie. These things put IHOP to shame. And my family's appetite can attest to it. We had a little lady and a little man down here piling down 4 and 5 pancakes at a sitting. It's good. So anyway, other things we're doing since it's too hot out too is just kind of doing the odd jobs around the house. And that I'd still like to focus on the garden and yard, what I do in a lot of these episodes. But I'll tell you right now, it can be from now until probably winter, it can probably be about anything. Anything goes in these videos, because we are probably going to be all over the place. Some in, some out. Maybe we'll make a couple a week or whatever, or smaller ones if we have time we think of it. There is no script to what I do for these videos. We just do it. We're just trying to show people that there's a little bit better way, and if I come across as rude once in a while, I'm going to be honest, I really have no remorse over it. Because this whole project with this garden and with doing this, I'm sorry, is a testament that and here's a good example. Everybody says 2020 was a year I want to forget. Well, pardon my French or German or whatever you want to call it. That's a bunch of bullshit. Because 2020 was a fantastic year for us. Aside of getting married and living through this quote-unquote scamdemic crisis, whatever you want to call it, whether you believe it or not, it doesn't matter. But what I look at when I see the garden is I see something wonderful that my wife and I created, we did together, and during this whole trial period of whatever you want to call it with the coronavirus, with all due respect, I've heard a couple of people say, oh, it must be nice to have time to do this. I go, everybody had the time. Let's just be totally honest with ourselves. Everybody would have had time to do this if they wanted to. So I get rubbed a little wrong way at times like this, because everything that we do as a family, I look at it as pure blessing. And it's awesome. But you know what we didn't have with our family? We didn't have a bunch of people standing around fighting out who was going to watch the next stupid video on TV. Everybody was advised to stay home. Ask yourself, what did you do? Did you get all paranoid and go out to the store and start fighting, or get on Facebook and start complaining about what assholes people are? Well, I may do that as a hobby, but hey, you like to golf, I like to do this. So, but serious, what did everybody do? Did you go take care of your own house, your own property? Did you try to make life better? Or did you watch TV and stand around and do nothing and complain how hard life is? And if you did do that, watching TV and movies, it didn't bother you at all that every 5 minutes they were telling you, don't panic, stay home, stay safe? It didn't bother you that non-stop programming and brainwashing messages go across the screen? It's beautiful outside how many days, and there's nothing to do. There's always something to do. I think, I'll tell you what, when it comes to coronavirus, I thank God for it. I thank God that it showed and woke a lot of my family up, and they come around saying, that there's more to life than just existing. That there's more to life than just having a good time and being entertained. This is a good point for me, because I'm speaking of my own personal feelings in this one. And I actually started out on I'm lucky I did get to show off our canning, that we didn't blow up the house, and some of the stuff we did as far as living simplified and permaculture type existence. I'm happy for it, but with things like this, I didn't want to go at this angle for this. but it's something I feel I need to say because with this pandemic and everything going around and that, it's like if you don't have a decent frame of mind, you're going to be just another mindless zombie out there, and that's not for me. I think got it for this, and I'm thankful that when I look at my family, I go that like today, for example, it's hot as heck out there, miserable heat, and we could get out there and work in the garden, do triple duty checking the chickens because of the heat, and sitting around canning all day and prepping other stuff. And to me, that's not work. That is probably the most relaxing I've done in a good couple weeks. So, you got to start looking at yourself. What's more important in life? What is that gonna do to improve your life that you watch every episode of the retard Tiger King or Queen or thing or whatever the hell he is? Because I'll tell you, that thing got such a weight irritating to me. I've never seen the show. But I'll tell you something. I listened to so many morons brainwashed by what a great show it was. I was frickin' praying and begging to start rooting for Carol Baskins from what I heard about her. I could root for the villain in that matter and not even see a damn episode. That is how ridiculous it got. But, and again, if you choose to be that way, and that's fine. But don't start peeing on someone else's leg until it's raining when they start doing something we're doing and going, well, it's not fair, we didn't have the time, or it's not fair, we couldn't do this. Hey, there's a lot of stuff that I don't know, okay? And again, how did I find out? Much to the whine of all the crybabies and snowflakes out there saying, well, you had time to do this. You know something? Everybody's got time. Last time I checked in Wisconsin, it gets cold during the winter, and what do? I'm going to hunkle up under a blanket and watch reruns. No, I'm going to sit there and plan my life, and I'm going to do research online. If you got time to watch every retarded stupid pet trick video on YouTube, or the stupid viral video of the little bratty kid, or countless asinine music videos on YouTube, hey, you have ample time to use the same media, same platform for education. It's the internet's not evil or good or bad. There may be users that are lost and way out there in left field, and that's fine, that's up to them. But it's a tool. Nothing more and nothing less. And if you got time to play games nonstop, or to sit on any one of the retarded new sites they have or whatever, Facebook is bad enough, by the way. But if you got time to sit on there all day, you have time to sit there and watch a couple of videos and you possibly could probably better yourself and your family. It's not about doing what's easy or all the time. But what it is about is doing the best you can with what you have. And as far as relationships, and I know a couple people that are having a hard time right now. And I'm going to put this out. Plain and simple. I'm not going to mention any names. But I'll tell you something. My relationship right now is the greatest blessing of my life. Now, I'm not saying that because she's sitting right there and she'll throw a frying pan at me if I don't. You might have to back me up on that one, hon.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't.
Yeah, wait till I hit the finish button. Just kidding. Serious though. And coming into here, you know, we have a team mindset. We overlook each other's imperfection. I probably can't find many of mine right now, but no, you want to come here and say something?
Yeah.
Yeah, really.
I don't want that on record.
Yeah, serious though. No, you know, it's all what you make of it. Either you're willing to have a good relationship with two of the same mindsets, or it ain't gonna work. And that goes for people too, where in a relationship, one person wants to do everything or be entertained, the other one has to work. That's a bunch of bullshit. Plain and simple. I'm not trying to put that on anybody I know or anybody who may be watching this video knows and that. I mean, there's an old saying, if something rubs you the wrong way, you're probably guilty about something. So if something I say pisses you off, quite honestly, maybe there's something in your life, I'll be honest, I don't know about it. I probably don't want to know about it because it's none of my business. You want to come over and wrap some feelings and, you know, have someone to talk to, that's one thing. But to be honest, you know, you worry about your own relationship and worry about making the best you possibly can with what you have. Much to a lot of people these days feel, I don't have the time nor the desire to worry about anybody else's relationship. If you want to pee on your own yard and fence, go for it. It's yours, not mine. Likewise, you know, if you don't like what I'm doing, hey, don't go peeing on mine because I'm liable to turn the electric fence on. Think about it. But I'm serious, especially, you know, and this is something to really consider. And there was a little thing going around a while back. Oh, sorry, Craig. Hi, Craig. I seen you in there. I have all I can do to do this video without hitting buttons and probably screwing it up. So, at any rate. Yeah, Breakfast of Champions. 1 o'clock. But an example, too, is these couples who want to maybe take a break or call it quits, or wanting to get into a relationship, you know, during this whole pandemic. You know, this should be a real good eye opener for everybody, because you know, it really I've seen postings on this. I go, it's, you know, and my view to people is like, go, wow, so many people panicking. I guess you weren't hot shit like you thought. And guys, maybe you want to all ditch that hot centerfold girl for you know, someone who actually has more an IQ of 3 and can actually cook or clean or something like that. You might want to reconsider that. And ladies, you ain't innocent either. Oh no, you might want to ditch that little snowflake guy with homo skinny jeans and man bun because he's so socially conscious. Or you might want to trade him in for someone who can actually maybe fish, hunt, or actually hold a job that pays more than minimum wage. Okay, if he's got a man bun, skinny jeans, and a vegan, and works for minimum wage, I'll say it, but you should know he's probably not the great father material for your kids. I'm pretty sure he's a great father for anybody at that case. And again, these are my opinions, but you know, it's what I see. There's too many people out there that feel the world owes them a living, and nobody's owing shit. We have equal rights and equal opportunity. What you do, it depends if you get equal results or not. End of story. There's no debate on it. But getting back to with relationships, especially when kids are involved. Now, before I met my soulmate here, I spent a few years as a single parent. And honestly, there's, when you're married to someone and get divorced, it affects the kids, period. And, if you're in a relationship and your biological son or biological daughter does not have, is close to that other person, you need to take a look at the ramifications at that. And I'm not saying there's no cause for divorce. First of all, anyone else's divorce is not my business. I don't take my marriage lightly, and I don't take marriage lightly. But I would say, and honestly, and I don't care again what people believe religiously or not. It's your choice. If you want to burn, I guess, whatever. But for me, if there's not adultery or theft involved to that case, which if there's theft, it's usually because there's adultery to begin with. But for that, and if there's no adultery and no like hardcore abuse or anything, or your kids aren't in danger, you as adults and you as parents really should take a look at that, at the ramification, not for yourself and not for your ego, but if you get to that point, it's obviously wasn't always that way. And maybe you need to take a look at yourself and what is going on, why you're doing it, and for what purpose. And some of you people, I don't care if man or woman, okay? Some of you people have pretty damn good over there, and then you piss away and cry in your beer about how poor everything is. Well, you take a step back. And again, if you got kids, do you really think that you're going to be instant celebrity and that shit for that everybody's going to love you for that, and you're going to find Mr. or Mrs. Right after? Because that's not how it works. And I'll tell you what, right now, 100%, I am with my woman because God put her in my life, and I wasn't looking at the time. I prayed and meditated, hey, send me someone. I can't do this alone. And he delivered, and he sent that angel over there. Okay? But on average, I'm sorry, I don't care how good looking a woman is, they go, you got a kid over there and you get all flaky and all that, you're going to have about a 3-night stand shelf life with the other man over there, and that's about it. And guys, at the same time, I go, hey, if you're okay with a trophy wife that just is concerned about having a living in that and living off of your hard-earned income, hey, you go for it, man. I mean, and if you're honest about that, that's exactly how it is. So how do I know that's not with me? I'm glad you asked that, Kimasabi, because I will enlighten you. Because I wasn't specific. I just said, God, I need, what I need. I can't do it alone. And the woman he sent me, aside of me, it put me under a spell from the first time I You know, we had similar backgrounds, and she was kind of in the same boat. Not looking for another woman, hopefully, but we just grew close from the first time we met, and you know, if you look at it, it's you know, it was a perfect example because financially neither of us needed anything. We didn't require another person to make us happy or have us fulfilled to that extent. I was not out there looking for you know, a replacement mom so I could go sit on the couch every frickin' day after work and scratch my nuts and watch the news. So, you know, long story short, you know, I got what I wanted, and wasn't anything I did. I had the same bright sunshine personality I always did. But he chose to bless me anyway with Jeannie, so you know, and you know something, what I've learned? You know, we were both I don't want to talk behind her back and that, well, she's not in the room, so, but, well, anyway, long story short, we were both married for, you know, 18 years or so. So, I mean, it's not a matter of fact that it's nothing new. You take things for what it is. After you get that much experience, you learn. I mean, you learn a little gratitude for what you have. So, come on over here, hon. Yeah, so, this right here. Yeah, here she is. This is my woman, and this is my reward for being Haven wife. So,
well, this is my problem now.
Yeah, that's okay. So, but when you take things for as they are and just make the best. You know, we both got what we wanted. Okay? So what do you do with it now? Okay. A lot of people too got married and all that crap, and then, you know, and if they want to call it quits and all that, or, well, I don't think it's going to work out, or, you know, they meet someone else, they go, well, obviously, number one, and I really don't care who I offend with this today, you know, but, you know, I'm going to tell you straight up, and I hope you share this, friends, with all of them, so eventually it gets to someone who probably needs to listen to the message, but, honestly, if you are in a relationship and you decide to sit there and look for comfort elsewhere, well, you're already guilty of it and there's already a problem. And obviously, if you're not trying to address it, you don't frickin' care. There's no other way to justify it. Another thing, too, is, you know, other people, and on the other side of the coin, if you see there's a problem and you don't say nothing, well, you know, you're setting yourself up. And, you know, just a man and woman, you know, a man and woman alone, that's fine. Yeah, although the divorce can get just as ugly. I just seen a friend of mine, that none of my Facebook friends probably know that. But he just went through a fucking hell of a fucking divorce, and neither one of them needed the fucking money. And it's like, you know, that's one thing. But when there's kids involved, and they have, especially if they have a bond with the other parent, people, I gotta tell you, you better think fucking twice what you're doing. Excuse my French again, but you better think twice about what you're doing and what you're going to do to your biological kid when that other parent is no longer in their life. Because that will affect them. Especially if that parent, that child never knew anyone else as a parental figure. And again, if, you know, and I'm speaking if there's like no adultery, no abuse, no whatever, you know, well, let's just say the child's life or the parent's life is not in danger. Let's leave it at that, because ultimately, Any other problem can be solved. It's up to two people wanting to work. But when you get to that point where that they don't they want to give it up or so, you know, and that's a very slippery slope to put kids through. And I guess what I'm trying to say is I won't tell anyone to stay together or get divorced. Not my circus, not my monkeys, not my business, but I do care about people, you know, that I call friends. So if you're going through that route, you know, maybe you need to sit there and take a look on why. And take a little responsibility for what you're about to put your own child through, especially if it's not his or her fault. And especially if it was from a poor choice from a parent and you happen to be the parent that made the poor choice. In that case, you probably have no right to really complain about anything that happens. Because if you made it 3 years through here and you made it through this whole pandemic, stupid crap and all that out there, and you didn't kill each other, you're probably doing okay. But, you know, that'll also be a wake-up call, too, to all people, all couples, too. If you have the same view as we do as far as for, like, trying to live as simple in a family-oriented, homesteading-type lifestyle, I don't want to say off-grid because I'm really not ready to live without air conditioning or heating in the winter. I'll be honest, I'm really not that way. So, I mean, you know, if I have to, I have to. If there's a total EMP blow-up nuclear warhead in the atmosphere and we all have to go into frickin' caveman mode, so be it. There ain't too much of a choice. However, I would prefer that happen, you know, way out in the future when I'm a little bit more prepared, or, you know, I have about 200 truckloads of firewood, whatever. So, but, you know, if you're looking for someone in that instance, make sure you're on the right page. Because I don't care what it is. It don't even have to be a relationship. It could be friendships, you know, or parent to child and child to parent. Sooner or later, when one side takes and does not return, that's usually a breaking point. So, if you're with someone and you decide to stay with them just for security, well, that's gonna blow right up in your face. And if you're with somebody just because it's convenient, well, that's gonna be a real shitstorm too. So don't ever take your relationship for granted. You know, you know, to me, it's the best thing. Address your problem and get out while you can. And if you have to get out, you know, make sure who you're hurting with it, especially with the kids when it comes to the kids. So that's about all I have to give in there. And I kind of apologize. I really didn't want to go that route with this video, and but you know, it is what it is. So, anyway, that's about what we're doing today. I was probably sitting there rambling on and that, and probably behind in my other work. So, back to the old packing the stuff and seeing what else I can do around here, so I can screw something else up around the old homestead. So, until then, live long and perspire, and have a good day.